Welcome back to Align by Design, the podcast where we explore what it truly means to live in alignment with who you are. I'm Flavie, and today I want to talk about something that's keeping brilliant leaders stuck in decision paralysis. Something I see happening over and over with the women I work with. It's about the information trap. You know, the one where you keep gathering more data, more research, more opinion, thinking that if you just have enough information, the right decision will become obvious. Where you're stuck in endless analysis mode while opportunity pass you by. If you've been telling yourself, I just need more data for weeks, if you're using research as a reason to avoid making the call, if you're waiting for guarantees in a world that doesn't offer them, this episode is going to shift everything. Because what I'm about to share might be uncomfortable, but it's also the key to making decisions that actually move your business forward instead of keeping you spinning in circle. And I know you're smart. You've probably been told that good decisions come from good data, that successful leaders analyze everything before they move, that if you just research enough, consult enough experts, create enough projections, the right answer will reveal itself, like some kind of business magic. And look, in some cases, that's true. If you're deciding which software to use or analyzing your conversion rate, data is your friend. But not for the decisions that matter most, not for the ones that actually create transformation in your business and life. The decisions that create real growth, real impact, real change. So decisions almost always require you to move without complete information. They require you to trust something deeper than spreadsheets. Your logical mind wants everything mapped out because that feels safe. It wants proof, evidence, guarantee. But breakthrough decisions rarely feel safe. They feel uncertain, unclear, and a little terrifying. They ask you to step into the unknown. And here's what I've learned working with hundreds of women over the years. The leaders who thrive are not the one who avoid uncertainty. There's the one who've learned to navigate it without losing their minds or their momentum. They've learned to trust their guts when their brain runs out of answers. So, let me tell you about a conversation I had this week that perfectly illustrates this trap, and maybe you will see yourself in it. I was coaching a brilliant entrepreneur, and she comes to me because she's been struggling with a major business decision for 2 months. She wants to pivot her service offering because what she's doing now feels misaligned, but she can't decide which direction to go. So she's done what any smart businesswoman would do. She researched her market exhaustively. She analyzed her competition down to the Instagram captions. She surveyed her audience 3 different ways. She created a financial projection for every possible scenario. She talked to mentors, coaches, even her accountant. And she came to me and said, I have all this data, but I still don't know what to do. I keep waiting for that moment when everything clicks, when I know for sure this is the right move. But it's not coming, and I'm starting to think that there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm not just not cut out for big decisions. That's when I realized what was happening. She was not actually looking for information. She was looking for guarantee. And guarantee does not exist. Not in business, not in life, not anywhere. And this reminded me of my own experience. 2 years ago, I was facing a similar crossroad. I had been successful with what I was doing, but something felt fundamentally off. Not wrong exactly, but like I was wearing clothes that didn't quite fit anymore. Okay, in between, I was a mom. But it was not just that. I could feel this pull towards something different, something more aligned, but I couldn't logic my way to what that something was. And that terrified me. So I did exactly what she was doing. I researched everything. I made spreadsheets that would make a data analyst weep with joy. I asked every successful person I knew for their opinion. I created pro and cons lists that went on for pages. I have a printer. I don't know how it didn't die. I even hired three different coaches, hoping one of them would tell me what to do. But here's what happened. The more information I gathered, the more confused I became. The data were contradictory. One expert said left, another said right. The market research suggests one thing, but my existing clients were telling me something completely different. And I remember one specific night sitting at my kitchen table at 11 p.m., surrounded by all my research, printout everywhere, laptop open to 17 different tabs, notebook filled conflicting advices. I had more information than I knew what to do with. When you have so much paper all around you, and it's like, I don't even know what to read first. I had all that around me, but no more clarity than when I started. I was even more confused. I had less clarity. All that information I created more noise, not more signal. That's when I realized I was trying to think my way out of something that could only be felt through. I was asking my brain to solve a problem that belonged to my gut. The breakthrough came when I stopped asking, what does the data say? And start asking, what do I really want? What does my heart is saying? And then actually sitting still long enough to listen to the answer. My gut had been telling me the same thing for months. I just hadn't been willing to listen because I couldn't be proven with it couldn't be proven with a spreadsheet. It couldn't be justified with market research. It was just knowing. And I can't tell you how many times this happened to me. And I said that like my gut was telling even to my husband, buy crypto, buy Bitcoin, when it was like 14,000. My husband didn't listen to me. You know the end of the story, okay? So here's what I learned. Your gut knows things your brain does not. And I don't mean that in some hoo-hoo mystical way. I mean in a very practical neuroscience-backed way. Your brain processes information consciously, data points, fact, figures. Your gut processes pattern recognition from years of experience, wisdom from decisions you've made before, intuitive understanding of what aligns with your values and vision. Your brain wants proof. Your gut recognizes truth. Some most successful leaders I know don't have access to better information than everyone else. They have better ability to make decisions when the informations run out. When the research stops being helpful and starts being overwhelming. Because here is the uncomfortable truth that no one talks about in business school. The decisions that matter most can't be made with data alone. They require you to trust something deeper than logic, something that comes from experience, intuition, and alignment with who you really are. And market conditions change faster than you can research them. Customer behavior shifts while you're analyzing it. Economic forecasts fail spectacularly. The data you're clinging for, certainty, often comes irrelevant by the time you finally act on it. Look at AI. You start learning AI a year ago, now it's so different. But your intuition, your gut feeling about what's right for your business, your life, your future, That's based on pattern recognition your conscious mind can't even access. It's processing thousands of subtle signals, body language in clients' call, energy shift in your industry, the feeling you get when you talk about different options. Your gut is running calculations your brain doesn't even know exist. So let me break down the three ways the information trap keeps you stuck and how to break free from each one. The first one, you know it, the perfectionist degrees. This is where you convince yourself that more research equals better decision. You tell yourself you're being thorough, strategic, data driven. You pride yourself on not being impulsive or reckless, but really you're avoiding the discomfort of uncertainty. You're using analysis as a sophisticated form of procrastination. The truth, at some point, more information doesn't improve decision quality, it just delays decision timing. And in business, timing is everything because time is money. And I see this constantly with women who want to launch programs. They research for months, survey their audience repeatedly, analyze the competition obsessively. Meanwhile, the competitors are launching imperfect offers and getting real world feedback that actually improves their business. And here's how I know if you're trapped. You keep finding new things to research instead of making a choice with what you already know. You're looking for the perfect information that will make the decision easy, but easy decisions rarely lead to extraordinary results. Second one, the guarantee fantasy. This is where you're waiting for information that will make the decision feel safe. You want proof that your choice will work out. You want guarantee that you won't fail. You want certainty in an uncertain world. You want someone else to promise you that if you just follow their data, everything will be fine. But breakthrough decisions never come with guarantee. By definition, if a decision was guaranteed to work, it wouldn't be a breakthrough. It would be obvious. Everyone would already be doing it. Think about every major success story you know. Did they have guarantee when they started? Did Apple know that the iPhone will revolutionize everything? Did Oprah know her talk would change media forever? Did any entrepreneur know for certain their idea would work? Of course not. They moved toward their vision despite uncertainty, not because of certainty. The leader who create real change are the one willing to move without guarantee. They're the ones who understand that security doesn't come from having all the answers. It's come from trusting your ability to find answers as you go. And third, the expert outsourcing. This is where you ask everyone else what they think instead of trusting what you already know. You survey your audience endlessly. You ask your mentors for the 15th time. You poll your friends, your family, random people on the internet. You're looking for external validation for an internal knowing. But here's the thing no one else has to live with the consequences of your decision. No one else knows your business, your value, your vision, your financial situation, your family dynamics, your energy levels like you do. When you outsource your decisions, you're also outsourcing your power. You're training yourself to look outside for answers that can only come from within. I learned this the hard way. I spent thousands of dollars asking coaches what I should do with my business. They gave me great advice for their businesses, their values, their vision, but it was not mine. So here is how you break free. First, change the question. Stop asking what's the right decision and start asking what decision can I commit to fully. So magic is not in making the perfect choice. It's in making your choice work through full commitment. Second, embrace iteration. Stop waiting for certainty and start building confidence in your ability to course correct along the way. Make a decision, gather real world feedback, adjust as needed. This is how all successful businesses actually operate. And third, listen to your body. Stop gathering more information and start paying attention to what your body is telling you. When you think about option A, does your chest feel tight or open? When you imagine option B, do you feel energized or drained? Your body has been giving you signals the whole time. You've just been too busy analyzing to listen. Fourth, set decision deadlines. Give yourself a specific date to decide and stick to it. This forces you to work with the information you have instead of endlessly seeking more. Your gut has been trained to guide you. It's time to start listening. The decision you're avoiding because you don't have enough information might be exactly the one that changes everything. The uncertainty you're trying to eliminate might be the very thing that leads you to your biggest breakthrough. Your ability to succeed is not about having all the answers before you start. It's about being willing to find answers as you navigate. It's about trusting yourself enough to make decisions and smart enough to adjust when you learn more. Stop waiting for perfect information. Start trusting your ability to adapt to whatever comes next. Stop trying to eliminate risk. Start building confidence in your ability to handle whatever happens. The fog you're standing in is not your enemy. The uncertainty is not your weakness. They're signs that you're standing at the edge of something important, something that could transform your business and your life. But only if you're brave enough to step forward without knowing exactly where the path leads. Trust your gut. It knows what your brain does not. It's been waiting for you to listen. If this episode resonated with you, if you recognize yourself stuck in the information trap, share it with someone who might also need this reminder too. Because I guarantee you're not the only one who's been using research as a way to avoid making the hard call. And here's what I want you to do right now. Think about one decision you've been putting off because you need more info. What is your gut already telling you about it? What would you choose if you had to decide today? Listen to that answer, trust it, and then take one small step toward this week. Because the most important decision in business and life cannot be made with spreadsheets alone. They require courage, intuition, and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes next. Your future is not waiting for you to feel certain. It's waiting for you to feel brave. Stop researching, start deciding. Stop analyzing, start trusting. And until next time, stay true, stay aligned, and keep trusting your gut.